Hi everyone. Today I would like to share about the methodology, specifically writing chapter 3, project methodology for your FIP report. It must be known that chapter 3 is another crucial part for the projects. Okay, because it outlines the systematic approach used to achieve the project objective. So remember that the methodology in the project explains about how the project development will undertake. It is not really matter about the system development or research project. Both requires the methodology, specific methodology. Again, methodology outlines the systematic approach used to realize or achieve the project objective. Remember your project objective, like to develop an e-commerce system, for example, or to develop machine learning models. So either it is a project development, system development, apps development, or a research project, it still requires the methodology, showing us the steps undertakes to complete or to achieve certain project. So this chapter will demonstrate your understanding of the research methods and also project management principle. In this chapter, you may write a short explanation to define what is the methodology and followed by the chosen appropriate methodology. Okay, so you may provide two or three sentences that discussing the factors that influencing the methodology selection. For example, your project is very much clear. Sorry, the project you doing is a very has a very descriptive information, and it has a very clear information and also very clear objective, small scale, and then methodology like waterfall is very much suitable. Okay, but then waterfall is not advisable because it is you're very linear, and step by step the process will take some more time. And then it will better if you can try to have another methodology such as prototyping or agile. Okay, so uh, of course you can have this justification why this methodology is suitable, but usually for undergraduate project, everyone know that this is very small scale project. The objective is very clear, and then traditional or very straightforward methodology is okay. So you can may select the prototyping like that. So this is a several common IT project methodologies. You know that this is waterfall, prototyping, agile, scrum. We have what else we have already rapid prototyping, and many more. Okay, but this is the common IT project. uh, Maybe how about the AD? AD is very much close with the multimedia development, so it is not advisable for the information system development to use the AD. Okay. For the tools, chapter 3 methodology will describe about the process we undertake to complete the project. So when we talk about the process, we need a timeline and planning. So the closest tools you are required is to produce a Gantt chart. Okay, And basically Gantt chart is produced using Microsoft project. We have another software available, but you can try as long as your Gantt chart will show the important features of it, means the activities, the sub activities, the timeline, okay, the milestone, and so on. So the aim is will be presented. The aim of a time planning is represented in the Gantt chart itself. Okay, so for the data collection, we have several methods like a survey, interviews, observation, or user and data mining method to gain the data collection. So for the project development, project web or apps development, students used to use the interviews, like this observation and survey. But taking a survey will take some times. Usually I suggest them to do the interviews plus observation. You observe the process. Okay, you while doing the interviews you can observe how do they record the data, for example, what is the process in that company. Okay, how do they do the booking process, for example, or ordering process step, from the A to the Z, the complete process. You need to understand that one. You need to understand that one. It means that this is a data collection method. So some require, some needs interviews, some needs observation, some require multiple methods during the data collection. Okay, so for the research student, okay, their data collection, they may use the bank data set data that is available like UCI, machine learning, like Kaggle, and so on. So you can collect the data from there. But it is also advisable for the research student to collect their own data. I mean, they are not their own data. You can collect the data from the industry that is available. Usually, that one published in their official website can be used for the research. There means the industry. For example, you want to conduct um, research on the weather or pollution. So you can go to the websites, a national websites that they may have the data, so you can download and do the research on the data. Pollution, what else? Statistical data. If Malaysia, we have DOSM, DOSM, then that is a national statistical data, and then or you can go to any website. Whenever they release the data in their website, that means that the data is publicly available, and you have the consent to use their data. But still we need to provide them a letter like that, saying that you are collecting their data for the research purposes. Okay, so that is for the data collection. So we go back to the PSM or FIP report structure. Remember chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. Congratulations for you. Now we will go to the number 3, chapter 3, methodology. You have done on your introduction, you have done on your literature review. So it is a time for writing a methodology. So I repeat again, introduction. Chapter 1, you introduce the background of your project. What is your project is all about? Why you need to develop to do the project? Why you need to develop a system? Why you need to develop the apps? Why you need to do to conduct a research? So all of these are explained in the introduction section together with the project objective and also the scope and the significance. So it must be clear enough that chapter 1 will give the overview of the whole project you in. Okay, and then in the chapter 2 literature review, it gives more details information. Literature review is a chapter that should provide first the background or the existing, sorry, not existing, the current process that is conducted in your stakeholder or your organization case study. So explain in detail. Currently, how do they conduct their business? That business is specific to your case, like how currently they do the booking, how do they manage the operation of their product ordering, their product inventory. Explain it in detail, provide the sample of data collection they have, data recording they have, and so on. And then after explaining that one, so you may explain what is their difficulties and how you can address this problem. It's similar like in chapter 1 but more detailed in the chapter 2. So after you explain that, we want to develop something to address the current problem. So how would you do that? So I will use the method or technique or algorithm like e-commerce. So when I'm saying e-commerce, expert system, decision support system, information system, what else? Inventory system. It is actually a theoretical model. It is like a template or a standard model that we need to follow. If you are developing an inventory system, you must follow what inventory system should have. So that is why in the chapter 2 literature review under subsection method or technology use, you need to review, you need to provide explanation. What is an e-commerce system? What is an inventory system? What is an information system? What is a web-based system? But most of you, when I'm checking the chapter 2, you talk or you write about yes, your project will use web-based information system. Your project is using e-commerce system, but you did not explain what is actually the e-commerce system. What is the features of the e-commerce system? So this is lacking. This information is lacking from your writing. So that is why your chapter 2 did not have any reference. You do not make any reference on your chapter 2. So this is totally incorrect for me. So you can revise again the literature review section, okay, on chapter 2 where the information is lacking. Okay, some points can be reusable, but you need to add some more information. Okay, and now we move to the chapter 3 methodology. So this is the general content of chapter 3. We have two modes, remember, project-based. Project-based, either the web-based system or the application, okay, based system. And the other mode is the research-based. So you can choose these two structure based on your project development mode. Either it is a project-based or research-based. If the project, your methodology, the content will be started with the introduction, and then 3.2 is the selected methodology. If you are selecting prototypes, so you can change the 3.2 subtopic to the prototyping. Okay, prototyping, and then you list down the phase 1, phase 2, and all the phases they have. Okay, and then for each phase you need to explain. Okay, explain the theoretical part. Phase 1, okay, is what and what should be done in the phase 1. And then followed by what is your own activity for this project that is related to the phase 1. Okay, so this is repeating until the last phase you have for each selected methodology. And then in subsection 3, 3.3, you need to present the system development workflow. Explain by phases, then what is the items and also the output that must be produced at the end of the phase. And then followed by the project planning. It is supported by the Gantt chart. Finally, chapter summary. Okay, so for the chapter 3 project base, usually this is a standard content for the chapter 3, very straightforward usually. Now and it takes not many pages on this one, but importantly for you to explain what is your own activities for each phases in the project selected project methodology. So this is very much important. So we want to know how do you adapt the selected project methodology. Okay, now I will talk about the research base. For the research student, your chapter 3 research and methodology will be longer, quite longer from the project base. Okay, you same, you will start with the introduction and then you need to provide the research framework. In the research framework, you need to provide the research model or topology or architecture and so on, and followed by the next step. Okay, so the step or phase listed here, like model structure, data selection, data preprocessing, parameter selection, experimental simulation. This one is actually the methodology, the step, because for the especially for the machine learning, okay, data mining project, so this is the stage. Okay, and then you need to present this one. Again, provide the theoretical information and then followed what is the specific information for your own project. For example, data selection. So you need to provide, to start, you can explain what is data selection. Okay, then for this project, okay, the data used is like this, okay, and why, and you give some information about the data, how many data they have, the metadata of the data should be provided in data selection. And then data preprocessing, you need to explain what data preprocessing you choose and why. Okay, and also a simulation setting, which programming you use to conduct the research, and then what is the setting for this simulation. And then again 3.3, the same, provide the Gantt chart with the research activities and milestone, and then chapter summary. Okay, so this is the content for the research based methodology. The sample will be provided, okay, later in your LMS. Common mistake in writing chapter 3. So you rewrite the activity description the same as a textbook. No. So this is in the theoretical part. You just rewrite it without giving information about your own project. So this is the lacking. Okay. Because the theory part is the same, yes, we can found the same explanation, but please provide your own activities. In the planning phase, what are you doing? What data collection technique you use? Okay, how, where, why? Okay, so this kind of information must be there in your writing. Okay, then you describe and list all common software including Microsoft Office software. No need. Okay, for the common software, no need to do the listing. Okay, And then next, yeah, this is common through any chapters. You do not cite the original sources of the relevant methodology and its description, and copy pasting certain diagram without citation, without referencing. Yeah, does not state where the study was conducted, person in charge. This is what I meant by you do not provide information of your own project. Okay. Do not specify what to do with the information collected. Do not specify when and with whom testing will be conducted. Okay. So basically that is all. The guide for you to write your chapter 3. Okay. So this is the task for you for this week. Some students have written the contents of the methodology chapter in the proposal, so you can use that one. So this is the guideline from the proposal to the chapters methodology. Okay, I believe that many of you have written the methodology and project planning in your proposal. So just take out these two items from your proposal and expand it, okay, to become your chapter 3. That's all. Thank you.